bored out of my mind. And he has with him the two largest human beings I've ever seen in my life, which is Sam Freitag and Craig Harberts. And he looks at me and he goes, "Let's blow this joint." And so we headed down to his cabin, and we spent the weekend skiing and laughing and having a good time. I missed orientation, but I did okay anyway. Thank you, Doc. And I want to thank Doc and Co for this honor. And I was going to say something. I had some stuff written down, but I'm not going to talk about it. I had an interesting conversation with President McAnally before I came up here. And I want to talk to you about how fortunate I have been in my life. We all have Forrest Gump moments in our life. Right place, right time. Not because of maybe anything we are or what we do, but sometimes life gives you opportunities. And the key is to be prepared for those and not be afraid to chase after them. One of those opportunities was Coe College for me. Coe College was actually a late selection for me. I was going to go to West Point. So I had my nomination and everything ready to go, my appointment, and at the last minute we decided to change. The Bryant Scholarship helped make that influence. And this was a Forrest Gump moment for me because Coe allowed me to fuel my passion. Yes, I love basketball. Yes, I love trumpet, and I could do both here. And I even endured math, right? So Coe fueled that interest. And one of my favorite personal stories was, I was the second computer science graduate from Coe. And I would sneak into the computer lab at 2 o'clock in the morning when no one was using that IBM 1130, and I would run my rocket simulation programs just because they were fun. And so Coe taught you to be bold, to stretch beyond yourself, to look beyond the walls of your village you're in, to not be afraid to take things. And my whole life has been a series of Forrest Gump moments that I've chased after. Some have been incredibly successful, some not so much. And we've survived through all of those. But the thing that I learned through a liberal arts education, especially here at Coe, is that first off, you can't learn if you already know all the answers. You have to be humble. You have to be willing to admit that you may not know something, and you have to be willing to admit that you have to unlearn certain things. That some things that you held as gospel, as the way things were, weren't right anymore. And admit that and back up. But you also need to embrace diversity. Diversity fuels innovation. On our best projects, I do a lot of data science work with a lot of very innovative top-end organizations, and the first thing we take our customers through is a process of embracing diversity. You cannot have innovation if you don't have conflicting, diverse opinions. So, Coe, thank you very much. You fueled a whole series of Forrest Gump moments. I do want to take a moment to say thank you. Deep breath to my wife, Carolyn, who was not just a supporter, but a partner in our journey. And yes, Carolyn, the Yahoo decision, which was your decision, was brilliant. Thank you. I want to thank my kids, Alec, Max, and Amelia, who are along in this journey for the good times and for the times when we maybe had to miss a vacation or two because those Forrest Gump moments didn't quite pay out the way they were supposed to pay out. But I hope that you learned the power of being bold, pursuing your vision, chasing after things. And I want to thank friends and family, my friend Vince, who's been around with me for more years than I can count, and other friends and family as well who've been there to support me, because let's be very clear, no man gets here by themselves. No man or woman does that by herself. We stand on each other's shoulders to get to where we are. So let me end with one last point. With all the stuff that's going on with robotics and drones and artificial intelligence and machine learning and deep learning and smart theme parks and digital farms, I'm just getting started. Thank you.